is going on? I just want to quickly discuss Bill Cosby being sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison for rape, multiple accounts of rape and sexual assault. I'm seeing people on social media and people that I physically know, like I know these people, you know what I mean? And these people are standing, if you catch the Eminem reference, and supporting a rapist. I mean, Bill Cosby admitted in a 2005 deposition that he drugged women, drugged them using Quaaludes, okay? Date rape, basically. Date rape drug. Quaaludes into a person's drink, letting them drink it, only to turn around and sexually abuse them and assault them. He admitted this. And then on top of that, also remember that he made comedy skits casually joking about drugging women and raping them and having his way with them, having sex with them. So he willingly admitted this, right? And yet people are in an uproar. They can't, oh, Bill would never do that. Bill admitted it out of his own mouth, said it. And y'all still sitting up, he would never do that. And then y'all keep trying to compare Bill Cosby to Dr. Huxtable on the Cosby Show. Dr. Huxtable is a fictional character that he played. That is not a real person. The Cosby Show was not, those are not real people. It's a show, it's a television show. And y'all can't dissociate the fact that Bill Cosby is a actor, comedian who played Dr. Huxtable on a fictional television show. Y'all really up here saying, well, basically, Dr. Huxtable would never do that. That just shows you how disillusioned a lot of the people in our community are. And specifically talking about in the Black community where sexual assault and abuse is rampant, because we literally have a history, generational curse of sweeping sexual assault and abuse under the rug. People be knowing that that uncle, that aunt, that brother, that sister, that mother, that father, that family friend, regardless of their sex or gender, is abusive and sexually abusing and assaulting people left and right. People be knowing it. People be knowing the pastor doing this. People be knowing the secretary doing this. We don't do anything about it. We're not pressing charges. We're not trying to get counseling and justice for the survivors. We just brush it underneath the rug. And that's the problem in our community. And then, of course, people are like, well, them white men go out here and rape and sexually assault and abuse and harass, and they're not in jail. First of all, let's have a real honest discussion here. The justice system is flawed. It's oppressive by nature. People of color, Black folks, historically have been have been abused by the criminal justice system, historically and presently. Yes, people like Roy Moore and Brett Kavanaugh and Carolyn Dunham, the woman who lied about Emmett Till whistling at her, they need to be held accountable. They also need to rot in prison. They also need to pay restitution, and there should be justice to the people that have been abused by them too. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but at the same time, wrong is wrong regardless of your race, your sex, your gender, your sexuality, your class, your religion. Wrong is wrong, okay? And it's really annoying to sit up here and see people, your own family and friends and associates, supporting a rapist. And then my thing is, do you even consider the people that you know who are survivors of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual harassment? Do you even consider, you sitting up here, Bill Cosby, that's my nigga, that's my main man, and he's America's favorite father, and then you don't even know if your friend, your family member, your associate, your colleague has been abused or assaulted. You don't know any of that. So I'm gonna make this video even more personal. I was 8 years old when I was molested for an entire year, because it was third grade year, and I remember, because I lived through it, by a next door neighbor for an entire year. I didn't even tell my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle. I didn't tell anybody. because I was afraid, okay? And I didn't understand what was going on and what was happening to me. I was 8 years old. So ask yourself, is an 8-year-old asking for it? Did an 8-year-old wear the wrong clothes? Because that's the type of shit that y'all throw out. And again, I waited until after I had moved all the way to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Washington, to tell my mother's partner at the time what had been going on. And the reason why I told my mother's partner is because the abuser was still calling me. That's right, calling me, even though I had moved out of the state to the Pacific Northwest. I wasn't even in Michigan, wasn't even in the Midwest. Yet this sick, sadistic abuser called and was calling and calling to check up on me. So I decided to tell my mother's partner at the time what happened, and then my mother's partner told my mother, and then my mother told my grandmother, right? And we never told my grandfather. My grandfather passed away 3 years ago. He never knew. I told my uncle 2 or 3 years ago. That happened to me when I was 8 years old. So that was 2000 to 2001, that entire 3rd grade year. So you think about that. So to make it personal, so you can get a voice and an image in your face, because a lot of y'all are so damn ignorant and insecure and inconsiderate of other people and our lived experiences as sexual abuse survivors. This is why a lot of us don't talk about it, and we never get any justice, and we don't say anything about it, because of, look at how you are treating people who do come forth about it. And another thing, when you've been abused, like, and this is just me, like, when you've been abused, your whole life is, in many cases, can be completely derailed. You can't, in my personal, me dealing with what I've dealt with in my lived experience, I can't have normal relationships with other people. I still have a hard time trusting the opposite sex, okay? Trusting men, males, boys, masculine people. I still have a hard time with that because of the abuse that I endured at 8 years old. So I'm gonna title this Why I Didn't Report / F Bill Cosby, because this is the problem. And these are the types of people that are in our communities. Nobody would ever think that he or she or they would do something like that, yet they are the main ones doing it. It's all, and notice it's always a community figure that everybody likes and supports. So you think about, why wouldn't an 8-year-old say something, or why the other survivors didn't say something? Like, this is why. And wow, I just told my story in a video format, and this is going to be going on YouTube. A lot of people don't know. Some of my close, like I said, people that I really, really trust know, but everyone doesn't know, and now it's going to be out there on YouTube. But you know what? I needed to address it, and it needed to be said, because I'm so sick and tired of listening to rape apologists. You know, y'all supporting sexual assault and abuse. Y'all supporting rape. You're supporting molestation. You're supporting this mess. Okay, same thing with R. Kelly. There are people still sitting up here supporting R. Kelly, even though we know there is video footage of him urinating on a 14-year-old girl, okay? And there's countless other allegations and evidence that you are a abuser and something is wrong with you. But y'all still sitting up here supporting these types of people. And then you wonder why we have so many hurt, broken people in our community. Time's up.